Communication Error.
Welcome to the 62nd episode of the Communication Error Podcast, the community patch notes episode of Are Sports Games Bad or Good? Either way. But before we get into it, we have very special guests. You probably have seen them and heard them before. We have the Drip and Geeb Podcast here. Welcome. How are you guys doing?
Yo. Hello. We're doing great. Fantastic.
The Amiibo copies or the Amiibo Festival game. Thanks you for being here and is glad to have you.
We found out pre-recording that Geeb bought Amiibo Festival twice because he did not realize he didn't realize that it came with the game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know the Amiibos.
He knew.
I did not know the Amiibos came with the game.
How did you not
He's got
know?
more copies back there somewhere too. He just
Because
really loves the
It
game.
was not a Walmart listing. It was an eBay listing, and it made it seem like these are the Amiibos. You're like, these are the sealed Amiibos. Like, it said nothing about the game. So I wanted Amiibo.
Hold on. I'm going to save you in the comments. It's just Amiibo.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's just
You never
Amiibo.
know. I'm
Actually,
saving you. I'm
it's
saving
just
you.
the
don't need to
plural of
save me. I'll
Amiibo is Amiibo.
Amiibo. Whatever.
Well, that might be worth $3 in the future.
Yeah, how much did you pay for it? Like $15?
$15 for two Amiibos. I'm like, that's a great deal.
Yeah,
How much
in 30 years you'll definitely be able to get at least 10 back out of it. So
How much did you pay for the other copy?
Just like $10. And it was sealed, so it's brand new. I mean, I could sell it new if I wanted to.
I think if Amiibo Festival came out on the Switch, it would have been much better received.
yeah.
Justice for Amiibo Festival.
I think if the game didn't suck, then it would have been better
Yeah.
received. But unfortunately, I played it. Trust, and I played it. Not many can say that they've played Amiibo Festival.
Well, I
on
would
the
hope
Wii U.
you've played it. You've bought two
Yeah.
copies.
We did. I played it, and Mrs. Jeeb and I, my significant other, were like, "This is like." We were trying to like it. We were like, "This is bad. Like, this is bad. Like, real bad."
Secretly
Anyway.
plays it every night, actually.
No, my Wii U is reserved just to play Minish Cap on the screen back there, so it looks fun.
Apparently, the Wii U's are dying, though.
I think that was
Like, if
bait.
you're not-
I think that was bait.
You think it was
Like-
bait?
Dying?
Yeah.
Like
Like if you
basically,
don't
like,
turn it
breathing.
on, if you don't give it power for long
powered
enough,
mine.
it will not work anymore.
Actually, Drip and I have a thing on the podcast because I put that on as decoration every single time I go live, whether it's my Twitch streams or the podcast. And I mean, the last time we checked was early this year. I think I had 300 hours in Minish Cap, and
What are you doing in Minish
February.
Cap?
It
What
just
are you
sits on the home
doing?
screen back there.
Nothing. It's just sitting on the home screen
okay.
looking
I got
good.
you. I got you.
Right. So like at the end of the year, we're gonna like look at it. It's gonna be like 2,000 hours.
Thousands of hours, yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
And he's not even opened the game, actually. It's only been to the home screen.
It's a digital Minish Cap.
So
Hasn't even
each
started
one
the
of us has a
playthrough
Wii U.
Yeah.
We found them. We found them all. All the Wii U owners.
I have a one
one
of
spot.
a kind Wii U. I'm an extra nerd. I bought a black Wii U tablet that was in disarray and a white one in disarray, and I figured out how to just put them together, and I made what I call the Panda. So I like it a lot. Yeah, it's like black buttons, white screen border. It looks awesome.
Well,
Yeah, I got
Drip,
one. I got
this
the,
is your first time on the show. Jeeb has been here. He said some pretty awful things about you last time. Do you have anything to say?
I did.
About him?
Or just in general? I don't know. Stirring the pot.
I don't know.
Tread lightly, Drip Media.
Yeah, I don't know. Your comment section's kind of scary. I don't know if I want to deal with all that. I'll tell you this: whatever he said bad about me, probably true. Probably true. I'll give him that. But you know what? I'm not going to say anything bad about Jeeb. I don't need to. I think he says enough bad about.
That's really
So-
smart, Drip, because you remember I edit
Yeah,
your YouTube videos.
He
and you
edits the
hardly-
videos. Yeah.
You hardly watch them before you post them. I could do whatever I want in your videos, and it would just go live.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at this point, you could crush me with that.
I
Because
could, like, hit
I'd
you
say probably the
canceled
last
so
5,
fast.
I don't think I've watched before I've actually put them live and watched them with everybody else for the first time. That's way
Well,
too
Drip-
trusting.
What do you do on the internet? What is your thing?
I make YouTube videos about Nintendo things for Nintendo Switches, things about Nintendo Switches. And I think I've made about 50 videos on the Switch Pro and when the Switch 2 is coming. Starting, I don't know, about 4 years ago. We've been talking about it for a while.
And what's the official name going to be?
Of the Switch 2?
Yeah.
It's the Super Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. I think that's a good one.
That's it. It's got.
I don't know. I think it has to be Switch. I think it has to be Switch 2. Has to be Switch 2.
Nah.
I'm not
It's gonna be
happy
something
if it is.
stupid. It's gonna be something
Yeah,
stupid.
I agree with Drip. Like it's not a Nintendo thing to just add a number
Yeah, well,
at
they're
the
dumb
end of-
sometimes. So, like, if they
It's
want it
also
to
not a
succeed,
Nintendo
just make
thing.
it Switch 2. Like,
Yeah.
Well, and they're also scared because of what happened
Yes.
with the Wii U
Yeah, like,
situation.
you
So they
think
don't
that-
know what to do. Like the Switch
think they're
attach
gonna-
thing that we've heard about, terrible idea. Don't do that.
yeah, you
Yeah.
think they're gonna risk naming it something weird after the Wii U debacle?
That's the
That's
only
not
reason I
weird.
would think it might be the Switch 2, but I still don't think they'll do it. I think it's Super
Yes.
Switch.
Super
Hits
Switch
on all
is
the
not
nostalgia. I mean,
But
It's not weird, though.
it's
That's the
still
thing. It's
it's
not-
still confusing. Like people are gonna be like, "Oh, is this just another Switch? Like, is this just the Switch?" I don't know. It's
not Super. It's not the. No, it's the Super Switch. Did you think that the Super Nintendo was just the Nintendo?
I was a
No,
child.
clearly
All right,
it's
I
the
was a child back then.
Super Nintendo, the Super Switch.
It's super.
not.
You're a child
Done it
now,
before.
Johnny.
That's true. All right, we are not talking about the Wii U. We're not talking about Switch 2. We're not talking about any of that stuff. But before we get into it, we have some server maintenance. Leave a review on Apple Podcast for the Communication Error Podcast and also Drip and Geeb. Are you guys still doing the
Yes.
eShop
Yeah.
gift card? They're much
Yes.
better than us because they're doing a $50 eShop gift card for, and if you put a
We're just
5-star
desperate.
review.
We're not better. We're just desperate. Please.
I put a
For the love
5-star
of God.
review over there and I didn't win, so I'm a little.
You're
a
still
little
entered for
annoyed.
this one though. As long as you have a 5-star review in there, you're still entered.
That's right.
So go over there, give them a 5-star review, listen to their stuff too, and drop 5 stars on Spotify, Apple. Check out the Patreon, join the Discord server, and yeah, that's about it. But every guest, Geeb, you already answered this, and you don't get to take it back.
That's not fair. It's just
It's fair. It is fair. So we ask every guest who comes on, do you like Super Mario Bros. 3 or Super Mario World more? Drip.
Oh, that's a hard
Or which is
one.
better, really?
Man, I love Super Mario 3. That's like, they're both. Those are two of my favorite Mario games.
I
But
cut him off. You voted for Super Mario Bros. 3. I cut him off.
No, I gotta go Super Mario World.
let's
Oh,
go.
boo.
I love 3. I love it. But Super Mario World, man, I'm sorry. The cape, everything, man. It was just. the
So
Super
we
Nintendo was
we learned that baby gamers are the ones that like Super Mario World because it's easier. So baby gamers like Super Mario World.
I'm with it. That's me.
Yeah, it's a great
Sure.
game.
100%.
And it actually makes sense because Geeb didn't know which game he actually wanted to choose.
No, that is not the case. I know the
that-
game. I know the both games. I don't know their names. I forgot. I mixed them up. I'm still kind of mixed up on them. If I'm being honest with you, I don't know why it is. I just for some reason can't.
The
Well, you
good
gotta
one
remember,
is Super. The
Jeep
good
is a
one's Super
gamer
Mario
that
Bros.
came
3.
from-
I
Jeep
voted
is a
for
gamer
3
that
last
came
time.
from,
What did I vote for last time?
Super Mario Bros. 3. That's the correct answer.
So World is the better game. That's the one I like because that's what
He
I
was an
meant to
Xbox
say,
kid.
But I said the wrong game.
He doesn't know anything about Nintendo.
I am an Xbox kid.
An
I actually
Xbox
learned-
kid.
He's still
Like,
learning.
We're talking
the
about,
Xbox
we're
came
talking
out in
about sports games.
2000.
We're
Dude, I
talking
was
about
like a
sports
fully
games.
formed adult in 2000.
And I have some of my original 360 and original Xbox games to show you guys for tonight because we're doing
Okay.
sports stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hold on. We're not getting into the main topic yet. This is like a hybrid episode. This is a hybrid episode, all right? So I did want to talk about that. I've been streaming. I missed last Friday, but I've been streaming with Geeb and Drip a couple weeks ago on Twitch. So follow my Twitch and follow Drip and Geeb's Twitch. But we played Four Swords Adventure. That game is terrible.
Holy hell. What was all that? We sat inside of a dungeon for at least an hour, not knowing what to do. All three of us trying to look up tutorials.
Four of us plus all of our Twitch
then
chat.
finding out it was randomized. Like we would never get the same dungeon.
Yeah, and I think what we came to the conclusion is that our dungeon was somehow, some way broken. I think we somehow broke it. That's why we couldn't progress, is because the game glitched out somehow and we couldn't progress. So we did all that research and we're all looking at all the tutorials like, oh, what's your tutorial say? What's yours say? And later finding out that all the tutorials don't matter because your dungeon looks different than anybody else's because it's randomized.
That's so crazy. That just doesn't seem like something that Nintendo would do, especially with the Zelda game. Like, of course you have mods that do that, but like to have randomized dungeons.
Yeah, because I didn't even believe it at first, and then we left and went back in, and it was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of Four Swords sounds so cool to me. Like everybody has something to do. Like everyone has like one item where the other person has to come in and use that item. Like when I was thinking about it, it sounds like it would be a great like It Takes Two kind of game.
Yes.
But
If
you
it
guys
was
are just saying
executed
it's like chaos, and it doesn't work that way at all.
No,
I found the
the
chaos really
execution's
fun.
terrible. It's if you compare this to something like, It Takes Two, or what was that other game? There's another game on like Xbox or something where you're two guys that break out of jail.
Way Out.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Not as good as It Takes Two, but that was good too. This is just like you take all the cool ideas out of those games and then add two more people, and that's Four Swords.
Yeah, that was not an enjoyable experience. I'm hoping that if they do another, because we haven't had a multiplayer Zelda on the Switch, which I'm surprised we haven't, because we got Triforce Heroes on 3DS.
Technically, if you want to get technical about it,
True.
The Hyrule Warriors series is
no, those games suck.
Multiplayer. And now the story's really good.
I think you're harsh on them. Yeah.
Age of Calamity.
No, it's hey. That's all you do. You press one button.
I love it. Mindless button mashing. I mean, great Zelda story. Just yes, give it to me. Tell me a cool Zelda story. And that one was good. I didn't like the first one that much, but Age of Calamity is great. There's going to be another one. Geeb predicted it. If you guys didn't know,
Imprisoning War.
I leaked it, Trip. I'm a leaker.
Maybe it'll run. Like maybe they're saving it for Switch too, because it'll run.
Yeah,
decent
for sure.
Yeah,
because I think you get about 4 frames per second at the end of Age of Calamity. There, it's pretty rough.
All right, so I got one more thing before we get into the actual topic. I mentioned these guys. I had a hot take about the Luigi Mansion series, and those games are boring. They're super boring.
God.
Wow.
They are super boring. Like I tried playing Dark Moon, and oh my god, I think I fell asleep.
What?
You fell asleep? Ghost hunting?
And I don't like how it's broken up into chapters.
Yeah, the second one, I don't like that either.
It's like I want to explore there,
right?
It's like I want to explore there, but then like no, the chapter's over. You can't go there.
Yeah,
okay, let me ask you this.
I agree.
What you're saying? All of Luigi's Mansion, is boring. All of it. 3?
Yeah, it's all boring.
Really?
All boring.
Luigi's Mansion 3 is boring.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That is absolute.
And the vacuum controls like garbage. Like it controls horribly.
It's one of the best games on the Switch.
I'm spinning around with this
vacuum. Like, Donnie, it's a vacuum. It's supposed to suck.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
This is true. Dude, Luigi's Mansion 3 is one of my favorite games on the Switch. It
looks
so
good. It looks pretty.
Looks amazing.
But you're going to tell me you like the water level? Get out of here.
Yeah, I liked it. I don't think there was one level of that hotel that I didn't enjoy thoroughly.
Oh, the water was so bad.
There were probably some levels I wish were longer.
Yeah, I can say the same.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Johnny,
I tried playing 2. I tried playing 2. It's oh dude, it's such a grind.
Are you always complaining about like how you want games to be a grind?
No, that's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
that is not the same. I've been playing Elden Ring. I've been playing a man's game, Elden Ring.
Oh yeah.
I thought your beard had more hairs.
I got hair on my chest now.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's too much for me.
I gotta
But yeah,
say,
that's-
Stick to the baby games.
I'm not in agreement with Johnny, but I'm certainly not necessarily in agreement with you two, Cheesy and Drip, because I'm not in love with the series. I respect it because people love it. I'm not like Johnny, a total jerk who's just like, it's boring. It's not boring. What I would say it's that it's not for me. You know, it's
Oh,
not.
Johnny doesn't know how to use those kind of words.
no, every game should be for me, and if it's not the way I like it, it's not.
I
It's
don't
a
know
terrible
if you
game.
guys have heard him recently, but we just had a direct, and he's like, "Yeah, those games are great, but where's the 3D Mario?"
No,
And
it's
like,
true
bro,
though. It's true though. Like they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine games. But where's 3D Mario?
I will agree with you on that because we talked about it when
course
we
you
did
do.
when we did the predictions on our podcast.
there's going to be a 3D Mario
I
because
said 3D Mario. They're going to show
Why
it.
not?
Why not? They could have. They easily could have.
because they
And
had Metroid Prime 4 ready to go, and also, by the way,
It's
a
not
Zelda
ready to
game
go though.
where
We gotta
Zelda's
wait at
playable.
least a year.
Yeah. I mean, but they could have said the same thing for a 3D Mario. Like,
No,
here's the 3D Mario.
They were gonna
2025.
they were always gonna blow our mind with to blow our minds with a 3D Mario game. They were not gonna put it out now and say, hey, 2025. We don't know when, but then they were never.
They
gonna
would
do
easily do that.
Metroid is what they do that for, but they did that with, I should
But
say.
the-
But the Mario
the
thing, they're gonna announce it and then they're gonna release it. 'Cause it's been so long.
Yeah, by
Metroid is the
the
exception.
time a new 3D Mario comes out, it's gonna be 8 years around. Well, unless it doesn't come out next year, it's gonna be more than 8 years since
Johnny just doesn't
Odyssey.
know what patience is.
Dude, 8 years is a long time.
Let him cook, man.
That like I went to college for 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's we've it's gonna be overcooked at some point here.
Mario Kart is the
I
same
feel
way.
like the Mario-
10 years.
Yeah, the Mario
Legend.
game, the 3D Mario game, even though we haven't seen it yet, I still think it's what's coming out with the Switch. The Switch 2, like that will be the launch game, the 3D Mario.
Whoa.
Because it can't be Zelda. They're not
Yeah,
ready
no,
there.
no, I
think
agree.
the 3D Mario is the launch game.
I agree.
I'll go ahead
Or a
and say
Mario
it here,
Kart.
too.
Or a Mario Kart.
It's going to happen on March 10th next year on Mario Day.
That would be huge. That would be
Whoa.
huge.
Yeah, that would be them like actually recognizing Mario Day. Like I think it's gotten better over the years.
It
Like we had a
has.
Mario
That's-
Direct this year.
That's my whole reasoning because they keep doing more and more for it, and they used to do nothing.
It's a
And I
Monday.
think they're building up to that.
It's a
Put a bit of
Monday
chip on
next
it?
year. Yeah, they can do it. It's a Monday.
Yeah, why not?
All right. So I want Mario, like 3D Mario and 2D Mario, to be annual releases, just like sports games. Look at that transition.
It's pretty solid. All right.
It's great.
Fire.
Yeah.
We're
that's
17 minutes in. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Because I wanted to talk about these things and I never get to. But yeah, we talked about sports games last week and if we thought they were good or not. What are your initial thoughts on sports games like Madden or even like Mario stuff? Do you think you enjoy them or no?
Yes and no. It depends on the game. I mean, it really depends on the sport. It depends on a lot of the Mario ones. Those ones are just so they're hit or miss. They're either I really like them or they're just awful and I don't want anything to do with them. Other games, as far as like the Maddens of the world and whatever MLB game there is, I don't play any of them. The last Madden game I played was on the 64 in like 1998 or 99. So
Is there a reason why you don't think you play them?
I don't know. Well, I can tell you this. One I did used to play was NCAA football. I played
You
that a lot.
You pumped this
I'm
year?
very excited for this one. Yeah, I will be getting back into it now because that's like the sports that I care about. I care about college football. I don't really watch baseball that much. I don't really watch a lot of NFL. I do, but not a lot. Most of it's college football. That's what I care about. I'm in a college town. So it's like, the Mountaineers play, I'm there. That's who I want to play as in a game. So when that one comes out, yeah. And that's what, in a couple weeks?
Yeah, I think it's soon here.
Yeah, very
let's
soon.
see.
I'm excited for that. Mario games, I mean, golf, absolutely. But all the Mario games have one giant problem now. Golf, awesome. What's the other one we play, Jeeb? What's the other good sports game?
I mean, Switch
Tennis
Sports.
was okay. Switch Sports, that's a good
Yeah.
one. Had fun with that.
It's fun. It's not, but that's not like when you're talking about sports games. You're talking about Madden and NBA 2K. Switch Sports
It could be anything. It could be anything.
I know, but it's
Anything
not in
with
that
sports
category.
balls. You know, ball, anything with balls in it.
No, because like those are simulation games, right? I think the Maddens
Okay.
and the basketballs 2K, those are in a different category of their own because those are simulation sports, realistic graphics, realistic gameplay, all that. Switch Sports, you're waggling your Joy-Con. Yeah, that's not even close to the same thing.
I don't know, man. The bowling in Switch Sports is
No,
pretty
I'm not
spot
saying-
on, and the
Well,
golf.
Here's what here's my I'll make my point real quick. I think the games that are trying something different, like a Switch Sports, and not necessarily different, but trying to the arcadey the sports games, the fun games like Switch Sports that are just kind of there for fun. I think that genre of sports games is in its own category, and I like it, and I'm interested, and I'm playing more of those games now. But as I told you guys before, I'm not sure if it was on the show when we were recording or not, but I played 360 as a kid, and I mean I was just playing sports. Like I mean, you can go back to the PlayStation 1. I mean, I played Madden, NHL, all those games on those original consoles on the PS1, and I got an Xbox, and I actually have here real quick. I want to show this off
For video viewers.
Yeah. I'll say it. I'm sorry, Johnny, you were gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
I have for the original Xbox, I have Arena Football.
Wow.
I paid
Whoa.
$8 used at GameStop for it. The
Whoa.
original cover right there. This is a fun freaking game.
Wait,
dude.
is it
I'll play this
actual
today.
arena football? Like, is
Yes,
it
I play as the Philadelphia Soul all the time, and I love this game. Graziani, my guy. If you know, you know. Anyway, I
You
got
may
a few
be
other
the
games.
only one that knows.
Oh my! No. They want a
Bon
title, man.
Jovi. Bon Jovi owns
Bon
that
Jovi.
team.
I have Jaworski's autograph because Bon Jovi and Jaworski co-owned the Soul, and I got Vince Papali. Vince Papali was at a game. I got his
Let
autograph.
me ask you guys a question about.
Hold on,
since
let me
we're talking
real
about-
quick, Drip. Real quick. I just
Okay,
want to
go
say that's the other category is the simulation stuff, and that obviously that's still going strong today. I mean, I have Emily the Show on the Switch. I have 2K22 for the Switch. Don't ever buy this, by the way.
Yeah.
But you
anyway,
usually get it for like
simulation-
$22.
Yeah, well, I bought it when it was 30. I'm an idiot. But so anyway, the simulation games these days, I actually think that's a bit of a tired genre these days. I think they're just barely changing anything gameplay wise, either adding or most likely removing features from previous generations. And the and it's really just a roster update with and their goal is to sell you microtransactions. I actually think the modern simulation sports games are ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous that they are doing what they're doing and people still buy them for some reason. I guess because there's gambling. They're addicted to the gambling of opening the packs.
Well, we can get into that conversation a little later. Drip, you say what you have to say, and then I'm gonna read a comment from our community that is kind of touching on what Jeeb was just saying.
Okay, I have a question about more. You're talking about like the simulation category. I just thought of other sports games. I don't even know if you guys count these. What about the Tony Hawks of the world?
Yeah,
The
we were talking about
skates?
that. Yeah.
What about racing games? Because I
Yeah.
like racing games. I love racing games. I got a wheel.
Well,
I got
there's
the Logitech
NASCAR.
wheel.
There's NASCAR. There's
NASCAR.
F1. Like there's
Dude,
Yeah.
F1's
Racing
great.
itself is its own category too because there's subcategories within racing. Like there's the arcade racing, there's the simulation racing. I mean, racing's a
Forza
different
Horizon. Love that game.
oh Horizon.
even-
yeah.
We talked about last week how like there needs to be a cheerleading game where it's just like quick time events.
Yeah, like throwing people up in the air and like
Yeah. Yeah.
That
But
that
be
actually
fun.
might be fun.
so you both kind of hit on the same like comment here. Bozo from our Discord said the sports categorization I can read sometimes has
Got it.
always struck me as a bit useless. Gaming genres generally group titles by the core gameplay concept, FPS, hack and slash, racing, roguelike, etc. Whereas what constitutes a sports game is extremely loose and more to do with theming than gameplay. NHL 2K is functionally entirely different than Mario Golf, which is totally different than NBA Street. In fact, I'd argue that many sports games would be served better by categorizing them as other genres. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, for example, is typically lumped into the sports genre, when in reality it has way more in common with combo-oriented action games like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta than, say, Madden. Similarly, 1080 snowboarding is a racing game, and Punch-Out is a puzzle game.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Interesting perspective.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you guys
that makes
feel
a
the
lot of
same?
sense? Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it really like that, but it makes sense, especially with the Tony Hawks and the 1080 snowboarding and stuff. Because yeah, that's just like, I don't know. That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. But I mean,
Yeah.
it does if you're thinking that way. But then you look at it surface level and you're trying to explain to somebody in a store that's going to buy Tony Hawk, and you say, "Oh, it's an action RPG." Like, no, it's not. It's a sports game. It's a skateboarding game. Like, you have to think about who's buying it, because you start throwing in all that other crazy stuff, and people are just going to be like, I just want to skate, man. I don't know. What is that?
I think. Yeah, go ahead, Johnny.
No, I was just looking at it says like Punch Out is a puzzle game. Like, yeah,
That's
it is.
true.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a boxing game. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you tell somebody, yeah, you want to box? I got this great puzzle game over here for you. You're going to love it. Like, no, I said boxing. Like, yeah, puzzles. Have fun. Like, no, man, no.
We're saying the same thing here. I don't understand why there's confusion.
Yeah, where's the disconnect? What's going on? Take the game. You're going to love this puzzle game.
I want to read DePitzy's comment here. Shout out to DePitsy. He was our fourth in the Four Swords adventure.
Yeah.
He died a lot.
Yes, he did. Frustrating.
I'm just upset that EA Sports NCAA football game isn't coming to the Switch. I want to play it, but I don't want to give Sony any more money. Maybe Switch 2.
You're still giving Sony. That's not how it works, DePitsy. You're still giving Sony plenty of money if you're buying it on Switch or not. Or if
Well,
it's on
Sony
Switch.
doesn't make that. EA makes that game.
Oh, well, yeah. Whatever the case, like, because MLB The Show is a Sony game too, kind of. It's got it on.
It
the
was
box
a
at
Sony
least.
exclusive.
So they get the
And then MLB is like, you got to put it on other platforms.
Yeah, they're like, you're not making enough money. Put it elsewhere, or we're gonna just pull the license.
But that is a good point for Switch 2. I hope they have games like Madden and they'll still have MLB The Show. They'll still have Football Club.
Yeah, whatever it's called now. Yeah.
They used to do it.
But I want to play Madden on handheld. You can't even play it. Like, it's not even on Steam. I don't think. Like, I can't play it on Steam Deck without doing like a weird back end thing that I'm scared to do.
You remember back when they announced the Wii U, and EA was like one of the key partners and talking about how many games they were gonna have on the Wii U, and that obviously went downhill really fast. And I think that's the whole reason we don't have any of this stuff on the Switch. Really, they were like,
I just can't believe that the Wii U burned them so bad that they, even after seeing all of the success that the Switch has and all of the games selling more than they've ever sold on Nintendo platforms, and they're like, we're still not going to do it.
It still baffles me that Sims is not on the Switch.
That's the crazy one. That's the biggest one. They have a few games on there, but they have like
they have
Unravel
Football Club
2.
Yep.
Yeah, they've got a couple sports games. They've got. I mean, I feel like Switch 2. They gotta start bringing it back, right? They're not gonna have to make that many more. I mean, maybe they do. We don't know. But I mean, the games are going to be at least a little bit more on par, a little closer in the way they look, right? We hope.
Yeah, there's a massive reason why there isn't a lot of simulation sports games on the Switch. I mean, now the best example you can look at is FIFA. They started putting games out there early, like FIFA 18 and 19 or whatever. And at some point, I'll just say it. I'm not sure if it's correct, but FIFA 20 came out right with that engine, the old engine, but then they changed it to the new engine of FIFA. But they didn't change it on the Switch version of FIFA. So and it wasn't necessarily because they wanted to rip you off. It's because the Switch, it would have been an awful experience to do that. And the FIFA games run pretty decently, I would say, on Switch. They're not great, but they run pretty good. sometimes hitting 60 FPS. And
what do they charge for that?
It's fun.
40.
But that's the
40.
issue. That was the issue though with the FIFA thing, is like they kept charging the same price as if you were buying it on the other platforms, even though it was the old engine with removed content from the new that the other games, the other systems.
They were just doing like roster updates. Was it called like Legacy or something?
I mean,
Yeah,
like
they
that?
even.
Legacy
I think
edition?
in the eShop it even said like we didn't update, like the gameplay has not been updated from the last version of this or since like 2018.
But
And
that's
that-
like kind of the big thing, right? Is like, do these sports games need to update their gameplay if it's already working? Like, how much more do you need to do to your game to make it different?
Enough
I
to
think
where
the
you can still
direction-
charge $70 for it. That's how much.
if you, it's really interesting because if you look at, like, I'm gonna use Madden as example because I've been playing Madden for a really long time. The peak of Madden was the mid 2000s into the early 10s. Peak of Madden, because you look at Madden 99 and then you look at Madden 2009, your mind will be blown at the difference. It's just incredible. I mean, you're looking at, it looks like an SNES, right? Madden 99, but then you look at 2009, you're in the future. You're like, flying cars must exist if this is the game that we have. 10 years ago, look at the game that was there. And then it was around that point where not only did I get tired of the series, but like they started to be exactly the same. And I actually have to show you guys the last physical Madden that I ever purchased was Madden 25 for the Xbox 360. And this was basically, well, I think it was Madden 16 technically.
Who's on the cover there?
But they decided to call it Madden 25. This is Barry Sanders, I think.
Yeah, because it was like a special. Yeah, it was Madden
Yeah.
25, 25th. So now what's going to happen this year or next year, whenever the Madden 25 is supposed to come out?
I don't know. That's a great question, actually. They were going to forget that game existed because that game was dog poo-poo. And a lot of the Maddens in the mid 2015, 2010s, up until now, kind of. I think now's a little bit better. But, I mean, there was a long period of Madden where they were just like, what are they doing? Like, the games aren't any different. They're just roster updates. Maybe they're adding features. I can't remember back that far. I'm a young boy. But I just feel like those games were just like the worst of Madden. We went from the peak of Madden to the literal bottom of Madden quickly because the tech just wasn't there. They wasn't adjusting fast enough to make a big difference. I think now I actually do have Madden 22 on Steam, believe it or not, and because they put it out there. It's pretty fun, but I played Madden 22 and I was like, man, this feels just like Madden 2009, just like a little bit better. And what they do in those games is they don't really make the gameplay better necessarily. They're like, we added facial hair to the people in the crowd. We added, you can actually smell the beer
Your
now.
dances now, celebrations.
And like, that's just something if they fix it, it's like, that doesn't make my experience any better. Cause like you can have just little pills in the crowd and I would be
Dude,
just as happy.
I
'cause
remember
the game is what like matters to me, the gameplay.
I remember when the next, I think when PS5 and Xbox Series X were coming out, they would show like NBA 2K and then they would like zoom in on the player's body and it had like the sweat, like the sweat droplets. I'm like, I don't care about that. But like, what else? What else are they going to show? What else are they going to show?
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point now where like, yeah, I mean, the controls are the controls. And at this point, if you start messing with that, people are just going to get mad.
Yeah.
The people who really play the game and know how to play the game and are used to this, you start messing with that stuff, people are going to get upset.
The controls are the gameplay. Like controlling, like that is the gameplay. It's not, that's not what you change about it.
Yeah, it just shows the sweat.
The point is that there really isn't much to change anymore. They have to think of
But
new
then
ideas.
they're still charging
open packs and like it's like that, like gambling basically is what it is now. And it's like, that's just ridiculous, man. I don't care about opening cards. I want to throw a touchdown to AJ Brown. I don't want to open a pack to see if I get Carson Wentz 2017. Like, I don't care.
And then every year, like those cards are bad because they don't transfer to the next year. So
yeah,
I mean,
nothing transfers.
They have like
thing, man.
They have a racket going on. Like they have conditioned people to pay $70 every year. Like Madden's coming out here probably in a month, and NCAA. I just checked; it comes out July 19th. So you have NCAA and Madden coming out within like a month of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now that game I'm going to try to get whenever I can, if it's available in Steam or not.
I wonder if NCAA is going to have like the gambling aspect.
I don't know.
I'm sure it will.
I want to.
Why
I
wouldn't?
think
I mean, at this point now, they're using the players' names. That's why they're bringing it back. They're paying the
Yeah,
players.
because they can pay him. Yeah, they can pay him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why? They're going to have to make money off of it now. They got to pay for likenesses. They got to pay for all kinds of stuff. It's probably
You'll
going to be
have real
double the
rosters.
transactions.
you'll have real
Yeah.
rosters. They can actually use the name. So like, because I think in the old games it was like number 25.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
was it. It still
And they
was like
just stole his
stats and stuff of
likeness.
the players, but it
I
was
think
just
they
like
stole his likeness. They have the stats and everything, but like number 25. So, but now the packs are probably actually
you
going
could
to
go
be
in
there
and
for sure.
change it though. You could go
They
in
have
and
the names
change
now.
each individual.
Oh
one's
my
name,
god, that would be
which
so
we used to do.
tedious.
we used to do it for like just the Mountaineers, just
I did
WVU.
it.
That was
You
it.
kidding me? You kidding me? I did that as well.
Takes a while. So you could get
Yeah.
well later on. You could get like things that
Dude.
would do it for you. Like I think it was like on a memory card or something you had to put in, and it would just have it loaded
Yeah.
in. Something like that. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but my brother had one of those things.
That
He's
was
really
part of the
into it.
fun for me. Actually, was changing the names and stuff because I actually created. Was it the Adam Sandler movie? Was that The Longest Yard? What,
The
was it?
longest yard with the prison.
Yeah.
With the prison.
Yeah, the prison guys. I created that team in Madden.
So
and I had
okay,
so much fun. It was great.
is it kind of surprising? This was kind of what I was thinking too when we were talking about like what can you do to change it up? Like, wouldn't it be interesting if they would like bring in people like Adam Sandler from The Longest Yard or Keanu Reeves from The Replacements?
Well,
to,
they did bring AFC Richmond
I heard about that.
into the football
Oh.
club. So
Right,
for,
yeah.
for
I heard
those
about
who
that.
don't know, Ted Lasso, the team
Best
is
show
not
on
real.
television.
Is not real. So AFC Richmond is in the game, and you can play as like Roy Kent and
What?
Jamie.
Oh,
as,
I want to play this game. I want this game now. That's it. Sold me. See, that's all you got to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Put fictional.
Just give me the
fictional
equivalent
teams.
of Fortnite skins in these games, and you'll get me. I'm there. Give me some fun.
Yeah, I mean there are other sports games that are not simulate. There's like zombie football and
Oh yeah, I forgot about that's on the Switch, isn't it?
probably and then there's like RBI baseball that's on the Switch. That's all they had before MLB the show came out.
I actually think I have a solution that is they're never ever gonna do it. Before you hate me in the comments, trust me, I know what I'm saying is never gonna happen. But this is what they need to do to change the games up. Besides things like that, making it creative. AC Richmond in FIFA is awesome. They should do stuff like that in the NFL. They should get the longest yard rights, get that stuff in Madden, and whatever else we can think of. Like in baseball, we can have all the movies, all the baseball great movies there are. Stick those
Yeah,
guys.
put the
MLB.
Angels in there. Put put actual Angels
Right.
when you're playing as the Angels.
Yeah, man. Number two, like
Angels in the outfield.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But like, I think number two, competition. I mean, that's a side note. Competition is what we also need. Like there is Madden. That's it. MLB The Show. That's it. Back in my day, we had 3 different kinds of each sport game and to choose from, and it was the competition made each game better. Hence, the peak of sports games, in my opinion, again, was like the 2000s era was the peak. We had so many different genres, so many different competitors trying different things. Some worked, some didn't. But what we have now is no competition, microtransactions, gambling nonsense, and it needs a change.
So speaking of gambling, that's a good transition. Pitsy, he has different names. What the heck? Pitsy Gaming, same guy.
Oh, that's his handle on Twitter.
All right, he said. So this was I think I posted something like we talked about gambling, like real gambling in sports, like sports betting in video games. Is that it's not that bad if you know how to keep it controlled. Sports gambling is how I learned some sports work better and helped me afford my Switch, but I understand the slippery slope that can be. I don't want real gambling in like real money gambling.
No.
You go the opposite direction. You gotta go the opposite
No.
direction.
Yeah, but the reason
Lord,
why we
no.
brought this up is because Dave and Buster's announced that they are going to have betting on their games. So like you can bet while you're at Dave and Buster's on the arcade games. So it only makes sense with how big sports betting is that
So the US
somehow. What was that?
I'm sorry, this is a U.S. thing.
I
Dave and Buster's?
believe so. Yeah.
They're building one they're building one like right up the street from me right now. I'm actually very excited about that, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I can look up an article on it, but on that
I'm playing
note,
50 on Pac-Man.
the name's Jer. Happy birthday, by the way. As it currently sits, real money gambling in a game is automatic adults only rating. Xbox, PS, and Nintendo all refuse to sell adults only games. Loot boxes are still getting around being considered actual gambling for the moment, so those don't count yet. Simulated gambling gets you a teen rating, which is why the Let's Go games didn't have Gambling Corner.
Wait, is Paper Mario teen?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Like, you can definitely gamble in that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
there's
had
like a casino.
Wait, which
You-
Paper Mario?
Thousand Year Door.
The 1,000-year door. You're just playing slots.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
So what I'm hearing is the Luigi mini games in Mario 64 is adults only.
No, it would be teen. It would be teen. Simulated. He's saying simulated
okay,
gambling
okay.
is teen.
Teen, yeah.
Plus, Luigi sucks at his job. Like, he loses so much
No,
money. He loses so much money.
Hate
Like,
the slander that you are putting on Luigi.
Like, you can
this
put
episode.
10 coins in.
What is the deal? What?
you
why
can
do
you can put
do you
10
just
coins in,
hate
and you can.
green? Is it something weird?
Luigi's
like that?
overrated, right? Luigi's overrated. Mario's
Oh.
so much better.
Look,
You're
Mario
you're-
sucks, dude. If there's
Mario's
anybody
so
that
much
has,
better.
like,
Luigi is a coward. He is a coward.
at least he has character.
Mario has character. He's the hero.
He eats
Yeah, that's a
pasta.
great character.
Eats
yeah.
pasta. That's a lot of character.
Yeah.
It's a me.
I mean, I don't know. I'm Team Luigi just because
Yeah.
of the insane hate he's getting in here today. It's not okay. It's just not all
This
right.
is Luigi Slander,
guy.
the podcast.
I won't allow it.
I take it
Will
back.
not
He's your
stand
problem.
for
We're
it.
not taking him. He's your problem.
I don't want him. Well, I mean, we'll
a
figure out a
Stillwater
trade deal or
I will give you 1 month of drip for nothing, for free. Take him for a month.
But yeah, I guess also Jer said, I do miss more wacky sports games like the EA Sports Big Series. Also, here's my hot take about sports broadcasts. Considering the amount of ads both during the broadcast and on field on the ad boards and such, there is absolutely no reason you should have to pay to watch the games.
Just like sports in general. Just like,
I think like what we were talking about, how some games are like
oh yeah.
blackout games.
Like I went to
or
the Phillies game and it was on Roku.
Really? On
Yeah.
Roku?
Yeah, and I guess it's a thing every Sunday because I have a Roku like stick, and they were advertising like a Braves game this past week.
That's great. Yeah, I have a couple Roku TVs. I never see that advertised. That's
And it wasn't on the local channels. Like it had to be, you had to watch it through
Well, Apple
Roku.
TV has the rights all the time. Amazon has the Sunday or Thursday Night Football rights, I think.
yeah.
And they're gonna add it
Amazon's
to
getting
the-
NASCAR next year too. For
I
some
think
of the
they
seasons.
might be getting
Yeah.
it NBA as well because TNT is their negotiations. I don't think went through. So like the Inside NBA with Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, all of them. Like
Yeah.
I don't think they have a job next year.
And
What was
Peacock
the-
had like
question?
some games on for the playoffs in the NFL.
What was the question there? Was there a question or was it just an opinion there?
It was
Just
just
an
opinion.
opinion, but I guess like we did talk about how at least with 2K, Jake from State Farm is in the game and like is kind of giving an ad read. Like he's Jake from State Farm. He's cool enough to like be in a video game, you know, like he's pretty much everywhere. But at the same time, they have him doing like an ad read in like the career mode.
I'm just
the
waiting
president
for.
was saying that there should be no payment for attending sports games because of there's ads.
No.
everywhere?
Like
Well,
not going to sports games, just like watching on
Watching.
TV. Like you shouldn't have to.
so
You
like-
shouldn't have to pay for a service like Amazon Prime to watch Thursday Night Football. Essentially,
Oh, it's worse than that. And not only do you have to pay sometimes for these things, but also the blackouts are a thing, and there are actually
Yeah.
times where you're not even allowed to pay because you have to go to the game, as they say. Or what they really are saying is go pay the other way, or actually there is no way to pay. Like literally, sometimes the blackouts make it so there is no way you could possibly give them money to watch this game outside of attending the game physically, and that's not even real. What I guess they missed that point of somehow it's not realistic to always go to a game. Like, like I don't understand like blackouts to me make no sense. I mean, that's a whole different conversation. But.
No, because you think too, like I talked about this last week, so I'm not really going to go into detail about it, but like I'm from Denver and I can't watch both championship teams, the Nuggets and the Avalanche, because I have to have a certain channel to watch it that's only on certain cable providers, and YouTube TV isn't one of them. So you have to buy Fubo, which is a different app.
Yeah, I had to deal with them a couple weeks ago. Oh, and it's so expensive.
Yeah, it is. And like, you would think that if they do sell out the arena, why wouldn't you be showing those games on TV to like build a bigger fan base?
Yeah, just put them out like it goes back to this too. You were talking about Jake from State Farm being in the game, basically doing an ad read. Now I've heard about that coming into these because I don't play them that much anymore, but I've heard they have ads in these games, right? Like commercials and stuff.
I think some of them might, or they were testing it or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe it was like online or something they were doing it. I can't remember. It was a couple years ago I started hearing about it. Like that's insane to me that they're making more money off of it, putting ads in there like that, still charging full price for the game and doing the gambling thing. Like,
I think that's honestly that's the next step on how these games make money. Not just sports games, just any game. Like you're gonna
they sell ad space in the game.
Yeah, like you're gonna go into a boss fight. And in the middle of boss fight, it's going to be Whopper, Junior Whopper, you know?
This boss fight is brought to you by Burger King.
It's BK. Have it your way. You rule.
But
Thanks,
like
John.
that's definitely
everybody's heads for the rest of the day.
And then you go back into Elden Ring and it's like you died.
yeah, like the game's still going. Like you
died. Brought to you by Cheez-Its.
And then every time you die, you have to watch another ad. Like
you died. All that stinks. Here's a coupon for a half off Whopper.
Well, we always talk about Ready Player One. I don't know if you guys know. Like, I don't know if you read it or watched it.
I've seen the movie, haven't read it.
In like the big bad in the movie, at least, is this corporation that wants to take over the Oasis and put ads everywhere. So I could see companies like EA, Xbox, Microsoft now like thinking about that. Microsoft needs to figure out how to make money off Xbox. So why not sell ad space in
They could start with like selling games. They should do that. Try it at least.
I think it's gonna be I want to say subtle, but I think not as in your face as just like a 30-second commercial.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a billboard in Call of Duty. Like you'll see a Mentos billboard.
Pepsi.
yeah. Speaking of that,
pop up in the corner of the screen, or like a ticker across the bottom or something.
When you look at other media, like we just watched Madam Web. That was that was a ride for sure. But I
still haven't seen it.
It was clear. It was clearly sponsored by Pepsi. Like there was, she carried a Pepsi can for like half the movie, and then the final scene is like on top of a Pepsi warehouse. So games will do that eventually.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's kind of like the same thing in sports. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that even the NBA didn't have a sponsor on their jersey right here.
Yeah.
That was not that long ago. When people were mad about that too when it first happened.
I'm mad about it still. I mean, and for me, baseball is my true love, and they're doing it now in baseball. And I mean, it's at the point where it's like, it's not that bad. It doesn't really even affect the uniforms that much. It's just an extra patch. It's no different than like somebody passed away, they're honoring somebody, or an all-star game. Except it does affect the game now too, or the jersey. Because when you buy the jersey, that freaking patch is on there a lot of the time, depending where you buy it. But also the Phillies, for example, Johnny, when they added when they don't have a sponsor yet, but when they added the possibility of sponsorships to the league, the Phillies actually removed the numbers that were on the side of their jerseys since the early 90s when they had these version of the Phillies jerseys. And I was pissed off about that because I really like that part of the uniform. Like the number on, for some reason, it's just iconic for me. Like having that on the sleeve, and they just removed it and didn't even replace it with an advertising. They just removed it. And I'm thinking like, God, we're going to get to the point like overseas where in soccer or football, wherever you're at, their uniforms
just
are
have
the ads.
it's just an ad.
There's no more character. It's just you are an advertisement. You're not even playing for anybody in particular. You're just an advertiser.
I'm used to it.
You're
I see it all the
purple.
time. I watch NASCAR.
It's
Look at their
stupid.
fire suits.
Yeah,
it is
stupid.
it is
And the
just
cars
an ad.
themselves too,
The
right?
cars
Like,
are ads. Yeah, that's what they
stupid.
are.
It's stupid. I know why they do it. I'm not an idiot. I know why they do it. It's money. But
okay,
that's the question I
any
kinda
companies
wanna
out there, I will sell my body. I will sell my body.
Yeah,
I got I got a lot of space. I could
got hat
add more space. Yeah,
I'm with it. 100%. I'll put it back here on the walls. I don't care.
We're all YouTubers here. Like,
Dasani on the walls right here.
We're all
Let's do
content
it.
creators. You know, at some point at one time, you made a buck off an ad revenue. You know, I'm not against ads. You know, we have ads on our show sometimes. I'm not against advertisements. The issue is I'm against greed, and it's getting out of hand to where it's affecting my experience as a fan of sports. It's just out of hand. And now we're and getting off of that and getting back on the games, sports games in particular. We're talking about the games are going to end up there where these advertisements are all over the place in the game. No, stop it. Stop it. Please.
Well, the AAA space is not sustainable. The AAA games are not sustainable. They need to figure out how to make money.
They are sustainable, and they are making money. That's the
Nintendo is sustainable. Sustainable.
Yeah.
They're making not enough money because they're not satisfying. The
I don't know.
pockets
Spider-Man
enough.
didn't make money. Spider-Man didn't make money.
Look at okay. You can sometimes things flop. I'm not saying things.
Well, it
don't
didn't flop.
flop.
It sold like 12 million copies. Didn't make a profit.
Yeah, if they're not making their money back, I would say that that's not sustainable.
Okay. Yes, in that situation with Spider-Man, sure. I'm talking about like what happened to the studio that Microsoft removed the entire studio who built what was that game? Hi-Fi
Rush.
The
Yeah.
profitable game with a profitable studio was doing great things for Xbox, and why'd they get rid of them? Because
They weren't making enough.
Quite right.
Yeah, they weren't
But
making enough.
They were making enough. That's the thing. Who decides enough? And that's the problem. Is that they're like, well, it's not quite enough. You're making money and you're profitable and we're doing well and everyone loves your game, but you know our margins are 1% off where we wanted. So see you later.
I saw an article or I saw an interview with somebody, and they were talking about like why they stopped making a game as opposed to making a microtransaction. They're like, dude, we made more money on this unicorn in World of Warcraft than this whole game did.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's the same with the sports games. Like they're making a ton of money on these cards. That's where all the money's
everybody
made.
looked at Candy Crush and was like, "Oh, okay."
Well, and the
That's
mobile
direction we need to be
space,
going.
mobile space has ads all over the place. Like Candy
Yeah.
Crush would have ads if you got the free version. You know,
Mhm.
it's going that way, unfortunately.
Oh, you just said free version, and I thought of something too. Like, what if it goes so far into games that are free? Since we're talking sports, we'll stick with like Rocket League. That's free, right?
Yeah.
What if they just start like you can have a paid version or you can have the free version. The free version starts to have a bunch of ads in it, or like Fortnite. You know what I mean? You just
It's
huge
like
ads.
I
in
mean,
Fortnite,
Fortnite
but a
is
free version.
Fortnite is advertised. Like that is just straight up
It is, yeah.
advertising. That's
The whole thing is
the whole thing. That's
whoever wants to pay for the space at that point. Yeah, you're in. But
But yeah, Rocket League.
Still,
Yeah, they could have. Well, they could have billboards on the
Billboards,
arenas. Like, yeah, there's.
I actually support that kind of advertising. That's a creative way to do advertising. It's sneaky because you almost don't think about the fact that Fortnite's advertising. But your Boba Fett skin that you love so much, your Star Wars stuff and your Marvel stuff, all those skins you love so much, they're just advertisements. They come out when the movies and the content come out itself. It's just good advertising, and it's fun, and I love it. I love those skins. They're so much fun
I do
to play
too.
with.
I'm still waiting for my Taylor Swift skin.
That's a great way to do it.
That has to
all I
be
want.
probably so expensive for them to like even get the.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've been playing as
like,
Billie Eilish like forever. I want Taylor Swift. Give me Taylor, please.
I want to play the Eagles, but their uniforms are Batman because there's a new Batman coupon coming out. Like that would be kind of fun. And
that would be cool.
Like there is
Ooh,
ways.
that's a good idea. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
that's a really good idea.
I'm the idea man. No, but there's
Well, they do
it.
that stuff in NASCAR though. Like
Do they?
back in the day, they like if McDonald's had something going on for like I remember Batman Forever was one thing that McDonald's had. They had the cups, the crystal cups. It was Bill Elliott in the '94 car. He had a black McDonald's Batman car with a huge Batman on the hood and like a Gotham City like skyline. It was sick. It was so sick. I remember that they had Star Wars cars. Pepsi had like a bunch of stuff with Star Wars Episode 1 when it came out. They did collaborations on cars with that. You're right. That's fun advertising.
What about
NBA.
Nintendo with the Mercedes collab
In Mario Kart?
in Mario Kart? Like how
cool.
that's
It's
super
cool.
random. Like, but what
It's
is the
random.
what is the benefit for Mercedes on that?
I don't
like,
know, but it didn't cost us anything. So
Yeah.
I think again going back to the issue of like what do we do to change these games up and what is the way to make it interesting again and just not just glorified roster updates. I think a big solution that you do is either drop or remove the price, because how can you say my money's not worth anything more than they just slapping the game full of advertisements? Clearly my money that I spent in this game isn't worth a dime to you anyway. You're making the money off the advertising. So make it a free to play. If you're gonna fill the game with advertisements, you don't charge me for it, because that's why Facebook is free. That's why Instagram is free. That's why all these social media platforms are free, because they're making loads of money off you just from your attention. So if you want to sell me a game, but you want to put advertisements all over it, like what Fortnite does, not necessarily Fortnite, but there are free to play games that they make money different ways. If Madden, make it free. Madden is not free to play, but you need to. If you want the certain skin, or like if you want the uniforms, or if you want this, or if you want that, or you want your whole team to look like whatever, make it free to play and do it that way. And that's how these games you can change the formula, and also not piss off people like me who don't take my money and then sell me stuff. I bought the game, dude. That's the product.
You'd probably get a bigger player base, that's for sure. So you'd have a more chance of making money, and you already got people in there.
And a brand like
money.
Madden,
And they're not going to stop.
A brand
They
like
may spend
Madden,
more because they don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
Madden makes the most sense to me to do it first. Like Madden should go free to play. It's time.
I'm sure there's holes in that, but I don't hate what you're saying.
So, but I guess even if it was to go free to play, how many kids actually care about sports today? And I'm not trying to like
I have no idea.
Sports games.
Yeah, or just sports in general. Like I don't. You hear kids that are playing like Fortnite and Minecraft, and like I just don't really hear a lot of people that are interested in sports today. And I don't know if that's just because it's hard to watch sports, or
I think you live in a bubble.
We all live
live
in a bubble, dude.
I think you live in a bubble, man.
The existence of bubbles is everybody has their bubble,
I don't know. I mean, around here, kids play sports. A lot of it's like, it used to be baseball, which a lot of kids still do, but it's like, I feel like soccer is like the sport.
Yeah.
Everybody plays
No,
soccer
and I'm not trying to be like a boomer or anything. I'm just trying to like ask questions.
Kids these
just
days
because-
aren't getting out on they're not touching grass.
It's a fact, though. I mean, that's
no,
a
it
fact.
is. And think about it. If you are a kid, what are you choosing? Are you gonna go have your mom pay $70 so you can get Madden? Or are you gonna go hop on right now and get your mom to give you $20 worth of V-Bucks so you can go buy a badass skin and run around and build stuff and emote on people when you shoot them?
Well, honestly,
which one sounds better to you?
Yeah, you're probably not going outside because outside is scary. You're staying home.
Yeah, depending on where you live.
Yeah.
I think Cheesy, going back to your question, like who's like sports, it kind of just depends. Like of course your area, the kid itself, how many friends they have, because that's a big factor too. It's like basketball is such a big thing in the black communities because the lack of money that they can't spend on, and they're not baseball fans because baseball's freaking expensive. My parents paid a lot of money. They were teachers, they weren't rich, but they had a lot of their money was spent on me playing baseball. A lot of kids in those areas can't do that. So basketball, you just need a ball and a public hoop, And I don't know, I feel like it's just a very specific area problem, and kids these days in general are playing more games and going outside less. And Fortnite's free. If they got a hand-me-down Switch or something, that's not really much money for mom. Just you pay
it
for
on
internet,
anything.
which you already have. It's kind of a cost thing. It's kind of not a cost thing. Again, it depends. If they're asking for V-Bucks all the time, it's a cost thing. I think the kids that want to play outside are playing outside. I mean, I don't know that, but I know how I was as a kid, and I liked both video games and I like sports.
Yeah, my kids do both.
If I had friends available for either activity, I'd be doing both. But if they're given only the option for games, they don't have kids in their area to even play with, that's a problem. In this area that I live in right here, it's hard to know any kids. You don't see them anywhere. There's also nowhere to play. There's no sidewalks. It's like, where do they even play? That's the big problem. So it's really just area specific. But in general, kids will play if they're given the opportunity. And I think we're giving them less opportunity to play in general.
I mean, do you start making games that are so obscure that maybe people start to play them? Like, if there was a pickleball game, would you guys play it?
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not.
When they announced Topspin coming back, Topspin 25, when they announced that, I was like, I wish I don't have that. A lot of my sports games I sold because that's what you did back in the days. You bought your game, you traded it in for the next one, and you don't have it anymore. But I mean, I had Topspin for the Xbox, and I played Topspin a lot. And pickleball sounds like that. It sounds like a lot of fun. It's like tennis, but
I mean, there are cricket games.
not in this country, but maybe in your country.
I think they're
where
out
you're
there.
listener.
No, I'm pretty
they're
sure
out
like there are
the States.
games.
Yeah, they exist. Yeah. Like, does Madden get sold overseas? Like, is Madden selling in?
That's a good point. Maybe in
London?
like Canada.
'Cause I don't see cricket out here. I mean, as far as the video game, but I know it exists.
I'm sure they sell Madden in other places. That's why they take the football teams overseas to have them play there.
Oh, they're starting to now, but I mean, like, it
They've
definitely
done it for
wasn't happening.
years, man. They've been taking people over there since what?
I'm old. When I say
like
now, I
10
mean the last
years.
10 years. Yeah, I was gonna say the last 10 years. I would say it's been happening, but like before that, when I
They
was
gotta
playing
sell.
sports
They gotta
games,
sell stuff over
They
there.
do
They gotta
that.
get that market.
that
Yeah,
wasn't
they're
happening when I
trying to
was
do it with
playing
baseball too. Like they're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to expand the market.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when they do it with football, does that actually work? Like, are there other countries that are interested in this sport the way that we are here?
They seem to.
Or-
They seem to
we're
pack
getting
stadiums. I
there.
mean, they seem to do pretty
getting
well.
Yeah.
I mean, Cheesy, you're a basketball fan. You know, like when Olympics come around, like it's a worldwide sport. Basketball's been doing it since the '90s with MJ. Like,
Well, one of the teams that the NBA is looking at, or another place to pick up, is Mexico City.
that would be a great idea.
Well,
Be
I mean, the
Yeah.
baseball has the World Cup, the World World Classic or whatever it's called.
Not the World Cup.
Soccer's World Cup, but no, they have they have the World Classic. I mean, it's a lot of like South American countries, but then there's like Japan.
What is the? I don't know what you're talking about. What is this that baseball does?
It's the World Series.
Yes,
is it
the world-
televised? I don't think I've heard of it before.
It was just like last year.
The fall activity? Oh no!
Remember
They
when
do
like
that
Trey
thing for-
Turner went off? Like he was.
Is that
It was before the season last year.
Okay. I remember that now that you tell me, because I remember that whole thing with Trey, and then he came to Phillies and sucked. But
Yeah, exactly.
they blamed it on that.
But they don't
I was
have
like-
baseball. They don't have baseball in the Olympics. Wait, do they?
They used to.
They don't have football in the Olympics. I know that.
No,
Or soccer.
they used to have
I
baseball.
think.
and
I don't know. Now I don't know. I guess we'll find out
No,
here.
no. They have soccer in the Olympics, don't they? They do.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Skateboarding's in the
Well, then
Olympics now.
the
That's pretty cool.
soccer has a World Cup every 4 years. The X
Or am I thinking
Games. Dude, I
World
used to
Cup?
love the X Games. I used to love the
The X Games are on this weekend. Oh my God, I was watching the X Games. I felt like I was in 1999. It was crazy.
Where they still blasting like emo music and
I don't know. I couldn't
Like
hear the
some
music.
41's back.
Dudes were doing like double backflip, no-handed crazy on dirt bikes. On dirt bikes. Not on bicycles. On dirt
Those are the
bikes.
games that we need. We need those extreme games. I know we have
Do you guys
some
remember the game? I think
skateboarding
it was
games.
called 3 Extreme on the PlayStation. It was kind of like a downhill game, but you could be a biker,
an
or
ATV,
a skateboarder, or a rollerblader, and you had to like
I
do
don't remember
grinds and tricks off these jumps, but race at the same time.
Oh, that's
it's kind of
cool.
like 1080, but it was,
I just
man, my
remember,
brother played that
Brink-
so hard.
Was it Brink?
Are you
Oh
talking?
yeah,
The
Brink
Disney
on,
movie.
Disney.
Yeah.
Hell
Soul
yeah.
Skaters, baby, Soul
Puppin'
Skaters.
Sons, man. Puppin' Sons.
Yeah, Team Puppin' Sons.
That's what we need. We need a Brink. Well, I guess there was a Brink video game, but it wasn't like about rollerblading.
Skating.
It was
Yeah.
it was like a shooter. But yeah, we
Look
need
at-
Brink.
Look at G feeling left out. He doesn't know what we're talking about.
I was playing like I said, Madden and 2K and
No,
Oh,
man. Brink was a great Disney Channel original movie. I've not
Oh,
watched it since I was younger. So
There was
I don't know
Johnny
how it holds
Tsunami
up, but,
back
like,
then.
Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. It does not hold up. It does not hold up.
No
let's
way.
keep
Don't ruin it
keep
for
the
me.
thoughts you have in your head about it as they are right now. Don't go back. Just don't do it.
I watch the Mighty Ducks all the time. Like
I know that one.
Okay,
I
those are
still
good
watch
movies.
Mighty Ducks.
That's a great. Yeah, I
When
haven't
the
watched it in a
roosters
long
are
time.
crowing, the cows are spinning circles in the pasture. Ducks,
Ducks
fly together.
together.
Those are great movies. Don't go back and watch Brink. Oh,
I think I tuned out when you guys said Brink. I just thought you were talking about a game or something. I didn't.
No, it's
that is like a spin-off game that I am dreaming of for Splatoon, because I think Splatoon is the series that should have extreme sports in it. When you think of like
Ooh,
how
yeah.
fast-paced it is, and like I'm thinking of the graffiti mode from Tony Hawk Pro Skater, because you got to involve ink in some kind of way.
man, that would be so good.
plus they already
That would be
have
so
like the
good.
helmets and like they
Yeah.
kind of look like skaters. And
That would be. That'd be fun.
I know.
I'd be
I think
down
I
with
understand there's a lot of good ideas. I don't think these game companies aren't thinking of these kind of cool ideas. I mean, no offense to you, but if you can think of that idea, I feel like somebody else has probably thought of the idea too, who get paid the big bucks to think about it. No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
none
like you're
taken,
just-
man. None taken.
You're just a fan. Like the people who get paid to think about it, you gotta imagine they're thinking about it. I think the problem is we're not making games anymore. We're trying to make money.
yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Well, again, like this, like NBA Street, NFL Street, those games were so much fun because they were just different from what you were playing with Madden, or, well, at the time it was NBA Live, or
Yeah.
I guess 2K was around.
Don't forget
but-
about
NBA
NFL
Jam.
Blitz.
Oh, Blitz.
Oh, Blitz,
Yeah, Blitz.
Blitz was fun. Yeah.
It was different. It
Taking
was just
somebody back
different.
like 20 yards.
Wasn't there an X? I feel like there's an XFL game, or maybe the XFL was just.
There's an AFL.
Maybe.
Arena football.
Maybe.
We didn't even talk about wrestling games last week, but people, I think Lockworth Clone talked about wrestling game. He enjoys wrestling games. I used to love the N64 ones like Warzone and.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. As long as I can be Stone Cold Steve Austin, that's all I care about. That's it. What was the WCW one that was really good that everybody played a lot?
I don't know.
It was Warzone was the WWF one, and the WCW one was
Oh, it probably was
came out around-
WWF back then too, right? Like it wasn't
Yeah.
WWE.
it wasn't WWE back then, yeah. Oh man, I can't remember the name of it, but it was good too. It was a lot of fun. Both those ones were really good.
The
That's probably
Clockwork
the last ones I
Clone
played.
on YouTube. 2K24 because I got the entry the last 2 years, and I didn't want to be the type of person who buys it every year. But this week's episode has me reconsidering. See, like, we can also sell ad space. I think we're doing a pretty good job of it.
There you go.
This episode's brought to you by EA Sports.
EA Sports.
It's in the game. We got NCAA coming out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Do
and
they
we
do
got
that anymore? Do they do that anymore? By the way, sorry. Did they do that
but
anymore?
the EA
like-
Sports.
yeah.
Game.
And
I
like
think
I remember
so.
like in the peak of Madden, like they started to like get creative with it and have like the players like from the Pro Bowl or something, like all dressed up in their gear, like EA Sports in the game, like, and they.
I just saw something on, like, I don't even know where it was, but it was literally today, and they're talking about an old EA. It was like NASCAR Thunder 09 or something. They had Jeff Gordon like EA Sports. It's in the game. If you've ever heard Jeff Gordon talk, it's just.
It sounds just like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean that they are very similar in voice, but yeah, I don't even know why it was on my feed, but it popped up and I was like,
all right, so
Jeff, just drive, shut up.
Before we wrap this up, it's been over an hour. Sorry for keeping you guys a little later. I need to get, what's the allure of NASCAR? Drip. Okay. I don't get it.
Okay. Okay. To the just someone who doesn't know anything about it, it's just like they go out in a circle and do a bunch of left turns. I mean, if you want to look from the outside in, that's what it is. There's a lot of other things that go into it, though. These drivers, and now they've got a new car that everybody's basically on the same playing field. So instead of being money, it's actually the drivers who is the best. And on top of that, there's pit strategies. There's all kinds of other things that are happening as these races are going on. Like, when do you pit? Is there going to be a caution? Is this going to happen? Do you need to conserve tires? Is it going to be a fuel mileage race? How is this going to play out? There's drama through the entire race. It's fun, especially if you know what's going on and you understand all the things that could happen and all the scenarios that people, there's 43 people on the track with teams. They all have each other's data too. So they can look at that and see what's going on. Like, it's a chess match between 43 people. It's nuts.
The whole time that you were talking about NASCAR this episode, I kept thinking of Talladega Nights, and where he has no ad space on his car, and he's like, well, I know what the Cougar is, but what's the ME stand for?
They ran that paint scheme in a NASCAR race.
No, they didn't. Did they really?
Yes, it was Kurt Busch, because he got suspended because he fought somebody. He did something really bad. I think
there was fighting in NASCAR?
There's fighting all the time in NASCAR. Dude, you hit somebody the wrong way, put them in the wall, they're going to be waiting for your trailer after, and they're going to put it on TV too. You're going to see it. He got suspended, lost all his sponsors. His first race back with the team, he had the exact paint scheme with the Cougar and everything. It was great.
That's great. How big of
they
a
just ran
fan
the Wonder
of
Bread
you
car too.
Are of the movie Cars?
I don't like Cars, actually. I don't think they're that
bummer.
good. The second one's terrible. The first one's good.
Yeah, the first one's good. I like the third one too. I think that one's kind of underrated.
I think I've only seen it once, but for some reason we have the Blu-ray of 2 here.
Oh, the worst,
the
worst one.
And it why are you I have 3 girls. Like, why are you interested in not only cars? Like, you don't care about NASCAR, anything like that. But you're gonna watch the worst of the 3. Like, if you like it that much, let's go buy the other ones.
I want to defend Drip real quick, and not Drip necessarily, but NASCAR. I want to defend NASCAR because I was a NASCAR hater, until I met Drip, and I just still don't watch NASCAR. So I'm not like this is not a I came to Jesus moment, and now I watch NASCAR. This is just I met Drip, and he was really into NASCAR, and I was my friend, so I'm trying to relate with him, and I ask him questions and stuff, and that's always the best thing. When you don't understand something, ask questions to somebody who does know about it, and maybe you'll learn something. And I did. I still learned I don't like it. However, I respect it though, especially because of the way he describes the chess match idea. Because that same hate goes to my favorite sport and Johnny's, I think, baseball. And it's like our best defense basically is it's a chess match, but they're like, oh, it's just guys standing around waiting for a ball to get hit with a stick. And it's like it's more than that. It's a chess match of a 9-inning grind, and it's I feel bad for people who still crap on NASCAR because it's like. Just because it's not for you doesn't mean it's bad. Okay, come on.
So that was what we arrived at last week. We're we play games that somebody might think that we're all grown men playing Nintendo games, right? People are gonna be like, why are you playing Nintendo games? Same thing for sports games. Why do you buy it every single year if it's the same thing? But people like what they like.
The answer is, though, because I was one of those people for a very long time, but the answer to that is eventually you get sick and tired of it. And like I said, the last physical game I bought, sports-wise, not counting the stupid Switch version, that was a different reason. But was that Madden of 2025, or which was really Madden 16?
I think I bought a PS4.
I was playing Madden games from the late 90s into the early 2010s, and it's I got bored eventually. It's the same thing. So I mean, it does get boring after a while.
I just get I used to get the itch around like whenever football season starts up. I'm like, I want to play Madden. Whenever baseball starts up, I want to play MLB. And now, like, all right, so you guys sold me on it. I think next year, unless Kelsey kills me, I'm gonna try to watch some basketball games.
Oh, right on. Wait. Oh, is it just because PG?
No. I don't. No. Well, they gave what's his face a ton of money.
PG.
See, I don't even know his
Maxey?
name. Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah. We still got the process. I still trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know. As long as my partner does not kill me because she's gonna be like, you're just making an excuse not to hang out with me. Like, you got baseball every night, and then you got football every Sunday, and now you're gonna watch basketball
the rest of the time. Yeah,
you gotta bring
basketball is like every other night. Yeah. Seriously, that's what Hannah
She's
and I
not
do.
gonna go for it, dude. She's not gonna go for it.
And I can tell you this. Listen, I know your guys' sports are not on right now. You got baseball, I know, but Sunday's open. There's no football.
Wait, is NASCAR on right Sunday. Now? It's all right now.
And I will tell you this: this weekend is a great weekend to start because they are racing in Chicago, not on a track. They are racing in downtown Chicago in the streets.
Jeep, go watch it.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go.
Good weekend to start with NASCAR.
All right.
I don't know, but I feel so. I don't like. I've been pretty much watching every Phillies game that I can recently, and I don't like when they have off days. It's like what am I gonna do from 7 to 9? Like they were off today. Like I didn't know what to do. But I'll watch some basketball. Maybe I'll buy 2K on the Switch.
Oh, don't for memes.
What? No, for the memes. You got to do it for the memes.
Hey Johnny, that could be you and I. We're doing Fridays. We can just do basketball.
Oh, that would be pretty funny actually.
It's like 32 gigs.
Do you have the show? I have the show. Do you have the show?
I'm not the most recent one, no. And also, it sucks on the Switch.
But that's the point, dude. You do it for the memes.
It's just to put my eyeballs.
Hold on. There is actually a baseball game that I have on the Switch.
Is it RBI baseball? It's like
it's that one with the little
with the little guys. They were selling them for like $2 or whatever.
Yes,
I have that. Oh, we can play that.
Hang on, what's it called?
Yeah, I don't know.
It is called.
It's a Japanese game. That's why it's so cheap. Or not. That's not why it's so cheap. But like a thing. It's like a thing. It's like a cult following.
Yeah, whatever it is a big thing somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, because they have spirits in Smash.
What?
Power Pros.
Power Bros, yeah.
Power Pros. WBSC e-baseball Power Pros.
You could get it for I think I got it for like $2 or $1 or something. It was like super cheap.
I feel like one of the only games that's like 99 cents. I think it's like.
I mean, me and G played Switch Sports, and I whooped him in that.
Oh my god, this guy.
Anyway, we're going a little long. So thanks for being on the show, Drip and Geeb. Let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me at my
on the internet
during the week editing Drip's videos on YouTube. And then you can find me on Twitch, Uncle Geeb. Everywhere, social media, all that good stuff. I feel like I'm like instinctively going to talk about Drip as well, but like this, this is not our podcast. This is your podcast.
YouTube.com, Drip Media Gaming. The rest doesn't matter. Don't worry about any of the others. Just go there.
The Drip and Geeb Podcast. What are you guys
the
doing?
Drip and Geeb Podcast.
You didn't plug it, man. Wow. What the heck?
Oh, yeah, that one too. But that doesn't matter because I plugged that one at the beginning of every single one of my videos. So they'll make it over there.
They're trying to get to 1,000. They're getting close to 1,000 subscribers.
I plugged it at the beginning of every video. Everyone.
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers gets them monetized.
We're almost there. Where are we at? Like 850?
We would like our $5 a month, please. Can we please get advertised?
Yeah, could you also subscribe to us? We've been sitting at the same number for a while. We need some YouTube subscribers.
That's not true, actually. We were at 235. Now we're at 249.
That was like a month ago.
Well, it's still progress.
We gotta posting shorts, man. I gotta get that Luigi's Mansion take up there. That'll be fun.
The next episode of the
Terrible
Drip and Geeb
take.
Podcast will be sponsored by the Communication Error Podcast.
Hey.
Cheesy, where can people find you?
Get you a subscriber.
You can find me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Nintendo Powercast, GZC64, CHEEZYC 64.
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and the Nintendo Powercast, which I think they were live tonight.
Yeah, I think so. They didn't invite us. They needed a break from us.
They heard what I said about Luigi's Mansion.
Hey, Johnny, I know you always do like a one last thing right before the show.
Yeah,
ends.
yeah.
Can I
What
do
do you got? What do you got?
It's a visual. Sorry, audio people.
Oh, you guys don't know how like big it is for him to put the Skyward Sword Joy-Con in the trash. Oh, and he actually has like other trash in the bag.
He's tying the bag.
He's tying the
it's
bag.
actually going out. He's walking to the curb.
Bye.